I did not like Nightcore. For a long time, I had completely disregarded it as kind of a throwaway meme a la Nyan Cat or the Numa Numa guy. Either way, it was not something that I really paid much attention to or was on my radar. You know, you see it and you're like, oh, okay, cool, I'm gonna keep scrolling, see a Food Battle 2010 or something. Maybe Pink Sprinkled Frosted Donut 1. Never did. It's fucking rigged. Anyways, but this was before I realized. This was before I attempted to measure a million-armed spider's web to the millionth millimeter. Before a month ago, I never even stared at this theoretical sun long enough to allow the fog of deceit to be burned from my retinas. Before I was able to fight through that burning pain to see that maybe, just maybe, there's something better available to those who care. I was right. Nightcore is the foundational text that most of our 2021 pop cultural canon is laid on. Without Nightcore, there wouldn't be TikTok, there wouldn't be hyperpop, there wouldn't be Lil Uzi Vert, there wouldn't be 100 gecs, there wouldn't be animations that look like this. It all comes back to the fact that some motherfucker decided to speed up a pop song, put some oons to it, and attach a picture of their favorite lolly. What got me there, and how can I take you, my flock, along with me? Come with me aboard my Polar Express for 22-year-old shut-ins, and let's try and find love in the places that we least expect. The short history of Nightcore. Before Nightcore became the official label for the genre, it would probably have been known as happy hardcore. This was a popular genre of rave music in the UK around the 90s that, alongside with its siblings jungle and trance, was characterized by breakbeats, really happy, sweet lyrics, a big booming drum sound, and a super fast tempo. It's the type of shit a couple of blokes would rave to in a warehouse after getting a pint, just hauling dumper all over the concrete floor. The popularity of this genre, along with the UK rave scene as a whole, was able to reach a worldwide audience, and last time I checked, Japan was included in worldwide audiences. Tough shit, Tokugawa Shogunate. Looks like it's score one for traditional Western values. So now you've got Konami in Japan looking over at our aforementioned dumper blokes in the warehouse, thinking to themselves, oh shit, we should make a video game out of this. And then they did. And then they made another one, and another one. And then arcades realized that those are cool. And all of a sudden you had millions of people lining up across the world to haul Dumpy on a Dance Dance Revolution board of arrows. The late 90s and early 2000s were categorized by a lot of these games really taking off, and there are way better videos made about that than this one. Of course, as we all know, later down the line rhythm games did kind of disappear a bit with the death of Guitar Hero and the rise of Smule Magic Piano. So we've covered the UK and we've covered Japan, and now all that's left is one more country that really matters in this whole equation, and of course, that is Norway. In 2001, there was a Norwegian duo who pitch shifted and sped up Eurodance songs, and they got really, really popular. Their name? Albert Einstein. I'm kidding, they were calling themselves Nightcore. But that's kind of it regarding that and their impact on the actual genre. I mean, they didn't really do Eurovision, so can I call them a valid Norwegian cultural export? I don't know. I mean, they're no PewDiePie. So now you've got all these things muddled into a cocktail of sorts, ready to be indulged upon by every kid, tween, and preteen in America, who at the time were already going buck wild for anime through things like Toonami, 4Kids, DVD rental stores, and I don't know, someone whose uncle works at anime.com. It was a perfect storm for outsider art, and Nightcore just so happened to be taking a 5-week camping trip in the Himalayas. So throughout the mid-aughts, you had this big cloud growing more cumulonimbus-y as every year passed. Scene kids began to pop up and mix with the anime kids, creating a chug-jug Baja Blast looking mixture of freak. These people loved Japanese culture, but also loved pop punk and emo. Groups such as Perfume and Asking Alexandria were commingling in the online forums, creating a terrifying twister of turbulent T-words. And then someone decided to upload Damn Daddy Do. Hate. Do he? Now I could be very wrong, but with my research, I can't find a song older than Damn Daddy Do that was considered Nightcore. So I'm gonna say that this was the first Nightcore song that blew up on YouTube. That was actually Nightcore. It wasn't, Nyan Cat or something. In the primordial soup that we call 2007 YouTube, this wretched, goopy fish freak decided to grow legs and walk with the rest of us. After this, we begin to see all of these factors that I've mentioned before turn into something new. Post Triple D, the raw I'm a Dinosaur kids learn how to edit and mix music at a rapid pace. They realize that by doing something as simple as taking a song, pitch shifting it up, and adding a little fun beat, you can make something kinda neat, kinda swaggy, kinda shway. All of a sudden, we began to see Nightcore remixes pop out of the woodwork like termites of things like Fall Out Boy, other J-pop songs, EDM, or dubstep. Anything that could be corified was not safe. And I hated it. I was a younger boy, admittedly, I know it's hard to believe, but I could not stand Nightcore. I would think boomer shit, like, this isn't real music. This is lazy dumb shit, and I don't understand how anyone could make this. This isn't America or Kansas. This is for those cringy anime nerds, ha ha ha, thank God I'm not one of them. I said as I binge watched Naruto and Shippuden, all the filler like a fucking jabroni, put 400 more hours into Pokemon Diamond, and promptly made myself pass out by screaming, trying to become Super Saiyan in a vain effort to get a girl to like me. I contained a massive amount of tween hater energy. I was the tween Broly of being a hater, and I had to release it somewhere. And that didn't really go away until recently. Of course, I stopped being an actual hater and it just kind of fell to the wayside as I have evolved my tastes and now find something to enjoy just about everywhere. But it just slowly faded, like time does to a thing. Doesn't it? There's really not much else to say to explain why I have so much vitriol for this. Like literally, that's just how it is. If I was gonna psychoanalyze myself and create a better parasocial relationship between us, I would probably say that I was directing some sort of self-hatred outwards, like projecting it towards something that I didn't think I wanted to be, whereas now I don't care. Like, you grow up and you see all these posts and pictures making fun of like the anime kids that's like, oh, haha, blue hair girl, LOL funny. And you're like, oh, that's what I don't want to be. No, stupid. It's fine. Just don't be an asshole. Everything is cool. Everyone is cool. I liked Goku too much to want to let anyone call me names to my face. Acceptance. The modern breeds of Nightcore manifest themselves similarly to the way that scene culture did, because they were so intertwined. The most obvious musical baby that has been conceived from this is hyperpop. While some musical and cultural aesthetics were definitely taken from scene culture, I would argue that musically, Nightcore was the biggest influence for hyperpop. In fact, in 2021, I don't think you could look through the top Billboard Top Boy chart, Hot Boys, and find something that wasn't indirectly touched to a certain degree by Nightcore. It's like 2 degrees from Kevin Bacon or whatever, but for just dancing anime girls. Like, you can't look at Blade and tell me that he has not seen Angel with a Shotgun at least 3 times. Nightcore has been further canonized into the walls of our pop cultural hieroglyphics by people like PC music label founders A.G. Cook and Danny Harl, who directly cited as a major inspiration to their whole steez. It's from a moment in time where the internet was a Wild West wasteland and file sharing and forum culture reigned supreme. What makes Nightcore good is what made everything else we enjoyed when we were younger good. Its syrupy sweet sound relies on being bold and brash in a way that really resonates with a lot of people. It may not be aggressive exactly, but it is a yin to something else's yang. Iconic in its own way. You can enjoy it while having level 7 irony poisoning, or you can just enjoy it genuinely. It's good nonetheless. And that's why I love Nightcore. It's representative of the feeling you get when you just want to get silly on a Sunday afternoon. It knows what it is, and it's not ashamed of it. And the people who still make it to this day, from all echelons of skill, also know what they're making. You have people just pitch shifting and adding a beat to a song, that's fine. And that's just as much a Nightcore song as something like an official label making it. Saint Pepsi, Macross 8299. Future Funk is also Nightcore. I know this is late, but I'm kind of having this revelation while I'm filming this. So it's more than just songs that are sped up and pitch shifted. Nightcore keeps us in touch with the past versions of ourselves that exist forever and ever in the digital infinity, fighting and clawing its way to the tip of our consciousness until finally hemorrhaging out into a Newgrounds disgusting fetal blob of unknown angst. Nightcore is woven into the very fabric of anything you have ever enjoyed or claimed to enjoy. Nightcore is the anime nerd. Nightcore is the SoundCloud rapper. Nightcore is the 2007 YouTube man who said a slur and is being canceled 13 years later. You are Nightcore. I am a product of Nightcore. Nightcore is the final frontier and simultaneously the first town you ever reached. Ultimately, I learned to let go of what popular conceptions of Nightcore was and embrace it for what it actually is. And that's music for having fun. It's music for being unashamed of what you enjoy, and it's music that anyone can make and call themselves a member of that genre. It's music for everyone, and I think that's why Nightcore is special. And honestly, that's how I've learned to love Nightcore.